Knock, 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 knock. Hey, 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 you. It's time to wake up. It's time to get going. This isn't the time you slow down. This is the time you speed up.
Grab a cup of joe, buckle up, and let's embark on a journey of self-discovery, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Let's get rolling.
Good, happy morning, afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Rhythm of the Road podcast. I am here to talk about one of my favorite times of year. And no, it's not Christmas. Sorry, but it does cross over the Christmas time for sure. That's the end of Q4. And I'm coming at you the first week of November, which is the first week that you turn up your business, you turn up your life, you turn up whatever you have going on and go to Mach 10. Because this is the time of year everyone else slows down. And this is my favorite time of year to put on the gas pedal and push on through, because it's going to give you a leg up coming into 2026 or the next year, depending on when you're listening or watching this episode. It's going to give you an edge above everyone else in your ecosystem. And I don't want to say competitors, because I feel like the only one you ever need to compete against is yourself, or you need to compete against your own business, because there's plenty of things and plenty of business out there for everyone. So what are you doing to pour that rocket fuel on your business, on your life, on your goals, so that when you go into next year, you can just almost be coasting? And that's my favorite way to do it. I really hunker down. I pick the projects I really want to focus on and make sure that the initiatives that they are supporting are the ones that I'm planning for the next year. And so I have some super awesome, exciting things that I'm building up here in the end of this quarter 4 of 2025, and some new initiatives. And they're not really new. They're just taking parts of who I am and bringing them into the world, because some people have continued to uncover some things for me this year that have given me an opportunity to make my business more impactful. And more so, it's really given me an opportunity to have my voice come out into the world in some different ways, but to be authentic, to be real. And when we're talking about messaging and branding, those are the most important things. What am I doing for that? Well, I'm taking most of every moment I have to be planful, to be mindful, to be putting systems in place, right? Because you can want to launch a new initiative going into a new year, but if you don't have a system in place to support that, it can't work. Or you're going to hit the launch button and you're going to have all sorts of breakdowns, and you're going to not be able to support customers, or you're going to have systems that fail because you didn't think about it far enough ahead of time. And I usually like to have a couple of those things that are in the works going into that next year. I have a new music platform that's going to be coming out that's going to allow some folks to have access to some custom made music that hopefully will be a little less stressful on their creative worlds, whether it's going to be in podcasts, corporate videos, explainer videos, and things that people can be used for building content. Because one thing that I've experienced, not just as a musician, but as a business owner looking for audio, is running into things like copyright. And trust me, I'm a singer. I'm not a singer. Sorry, misspoke there. I'm a songwriter and a creative. And so, yes, of course, I find copyright extremely important, because those are how I can capture a few pennies on the back end when folks are asking and they're using my tracks. However, I still think there's an opportunity for me as a creative and someone who can bring those things to other folks who might not have that custom audio building skill, and without using an AI product, because that's still trackable and still part of it, but they get something that's meaningful to them. And it's something that they can have either custom built, or I'm going to have a library, some things that they're going to be able to have available to them. And so that's going to be coming out in the beginning of 2026. So if you're just coming in now, be watching for that. If you've already been here for a while and we're well into 2026, make sure you go check that out, because it's going to be really impactful. And really, it's just a way for my creative outlet to continue to be coming out, because as my world shifts, as my life shifts, as my personal life shifts, as my business life shifts, I'm still continually finding ways to bring out my creative voice. For many decades, it's been the drums that are sitting behind me. And that has been amazing. And that is not a door that is closed or is closing. However, it's just something I do a bit less than I used to. I used to do about 150 shows a year. Now I do like about 25. I'm okay with that because it was a decision that I made. However, I still need some more of those creative outlets, and this is one of those ways that I'm going to do it. The other thing I'm doing is building 2 different courses. So there's going to be some courses coming out, and not courses in the kind of set it and forget it or DIY kind of experience, but more like a done for you. So more like almost like an online university kind of system where folks can come in and learn, but then also I can help them along the way and not just be I log into this course and once I get it complete, it's done, right? I want it to be more of an educational experience, but also not something that you have to do on your own, because we all know we can say we like to do training alone or we like to do online courses alone, but we're still human. So we still need that bit of human interaction. So that's something that I'm going to have coming out. Those are 2 very big initiatives and they take a ton of work, which is why I'm spending this end of this year really building those out, being thoughtful, being mindful, asking lots of questions, reaching out to friends, reaching out to colleagues, and making sure that I'm actually putting things out there that folks want. I know they want it because people ask. However, I still want to make sure all those systems are set up. So I know that when I put all of this work in at the end of the year, when I kind of let those things fly and release them into the world, that's a good launching point because everyone else is slowing down. They're wrapping up. They're doing their year-end reports. Like I do my year-end reports in January and February because face it, folks, the year's not over yet. So no reason to cut it off early and mail it in and go home, right? I understand that we're coming into a season where many people are traveling. There's lots of holiday celebrations. If those are things that you celebrate, that's fine. I'm doing all of those things as well. But I still am putting all of these pieces into place so that I make sure to I launch and set myself up well for the next year. Do me a favor, write a comment below, something that you wish that you have done in the past that you want to do now going into the future to help set your next year up a little bit better. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. I talked about a couple of very big initiatives, but I've also spent the last 10 years doing this on a regular basis. So I know what I'm capable of. And even if this is a stretch goal for me, it's because I know that I can set myself up to do it well. So put a comment down below. Tell me what you're doing. Or if you're struggling with something, hit me up. I'll give you a free 30-minute call to just hang out and talk through it a little bit. And if you just need to discuss it, just let me know. We'll put a link down below, www.box7media.com/podcast guest. Really, it's just an opportunity for you to connect with me. So if you go through that link, you get a free 30-minute call just to talk through some strategy. Some people might call it the pick your brain moment, or can I take you to a cup of coffee? It's a free chance for you to just have a conversation with me one-on-one, whether that's something that you want to work with me moving forward or not. That doesn't matter. This is really for you because I really want to help folks be intentional about going into the next year and pouring that rocket fuel so they can be running Mach 10 going into the beginning of the year and not just trying to start an engine, because most people are slowing down now going into the end of their year. So thank you for listening. If you've been a regular listener, can you do me a favor? Can you share this with at least one person that might resonate with? Because that's how we actually reach more folks, because I want to make an impact in more people's lives, and you can help me do that. So please do that. If you don't feel like sharing it, if you like something you heard, do me a favor, just write a review, whether you're doing it on iTunes or Spotify or iHeartRadio or right here on YouTube. If you're watching, please do that, because it helps me so much know what you want to hear, what you're liking, and it might help some other folks find me as well. So thank you so much, and I'll see you down the road.
Thanks for cruising with me on this episode of Rhythm of the Road. Remember, the journey itself is the destination. Until next time, keep the rhythm flowing, and we'll see you down the road.